Who's ready for their Vegas vacation? In this video, I am debunking some of the most popular Las Vegas myths and stereotypes that have been circulating around the world, some even for decades. And these myths are the reason why a lot of you are choosing not to come to Vegas. So hopefully this video will clear things up and maybe it'll change your mind to actually making a trip out here. But first, let's get out of this heat. Good Lord, it's like 110 degrees out today. Okay, let's go ahead and just start off with the most popular myth, which is the only thing to do is gamble. Please. Have you seen my channel? That's the furthest thing from the truth. You can visit Vegas 100 times and never gamble a single time. I know it's what we're most known for, and sure, you can gamble the whole day if you wanted to. But we have so much to offer. Lots of people don't even come for the gambling anymore. We have amazing restaurants, awesome lounges, shows, attractions, and plenty of shopping. I still haven't gambled a day in my life, and I've been here for 18 years. Next myth is it's not family friendly. I do hear plenty of people, both locals and tourists, say, don't bring your kids to Vegas. But you know what? I was one of those kids that was brought to Vegas every single year for their family vacation. And heck, now I love it here. Yes, there are places that I wouldn't recommend taking the kids, such as Fremont Street at night, since that's when a lot of the risque performers come out, and some of them are even there even during the day too. Or also, I would be careful on how late you stay out with the kids, since that's when most of the drunk people come out. But yet again, there are drunk people during the day too. So even though there are a lot of cautions you should take, there's still a lot of attractions that you can take the kids to, or things that you can all do as a family together. But yes, Vegas can be family friendly. Next is, there's nothing to do outside of the Strip. Not true at all. If you took away the Strip, Las Vegas will still be like any other suburban city. Although there are a lot of things that you can do on the Strip, the local areas do have their fair share of great restaurants, bars, and attractions. If you travel even further out of the city, we are surrounded by mountains, so there's plenty of hiking trails, and we do get snow during the winter, so you can choose to take up skiing or snowboarding. Which brings me to my next myth, which is it's hot year-round. I don't know where people get that from, honestly. It's really only hot from like May to September, and then the rest of the time is just cold. Our spring and fall really don't last that long. It feels like those other seasons are only here for about 2 weeks, and then it's back to extreme weather. Now during the summer, yes, it can get to 115 degrees, but just know that it is a dry heat. You guys probably heard that before. So it is a lot more bearable. Like if you went somewhere humid, 90 degrees will feel extremely hot. Versus here in Vegas, I think 90 degrees feels amazing. Okay, more weather stuff. It doesn't rain in Vegas. I have so many people that look at me in shock saying, I didn't think it rained in Vegas. Now, we don't get a whole bunch of rain, but July to September is our monsoon season, so we're gonna get majority of our rainfall during that time. It's kind of funny though when it rains because it'll be pouring in one spot and then 100 feet over, it's like super dry. And then usually it'll only rain for about 5 minutes at a time. But yeah, this year our monsoon season was pretty crazy. So many locals said that they've never seen so much rain in one season. So now let's talk about staying in the hotels. You may have heard about the $20 trick when checking into your room. So here's the thing, it doesn't always work, and there's a few reasons why. A lot of it has to do with availability. Let's just say that at a hotel, 80% of their rooms are standard and then 20% are suites. A lot of the times, especially on weekends, hotels will be booked anywhere from 95 to even 100% capacity, including the suites. So sometimes there's really not a lot that they can upgrade you to. Maybe if you're lucky, you might get a room with a nice view, but sometimes those are taken up as well. Also, front desk agents can get in trouble if they do this too much. Yes, they do have a certain level of empowerment to do upgrades, but again, it all has to do with availability. And by them giving you a free upgrade and pocketing the tip that you just gave them, they're essentially taking money away from the company. Because that upgrade would have cost $50 a night or even more, so managers see it as you're stealing from the hotel. I had a front desk agent once tell me that they were checking in a guest that was going to stay for 2 nights, and the guest really wanted an upgrade, so they put a $100 tip on the table for them. The front desk agent had to go into the back and talk to the manager, and they somehow negotiated that they can do an upgrade for $50 a night. So in the end, they didn't even get to keep the tip. That just went towards the payment of that upgrade. I'm not telling you not to do the $20 trick or however much you want to give them, but I just want you guys to see the operational side of it and just know that it may not always work. Next is people don't live in Vegas. What? People live here? I know, it sounds silly. Some people think that we just live in California and Arizona and we just drive into work. I mean, I guess I can see it if you're just driving in, but if you do fly here and look out the window, you'll see how big Vegas truly is. Oh, and then apparently, we all live on the Strip. I would say that out of the whole Vegas population, all 2.3 million of us, not even 1% actually live on the Strip. There are a few buildings that offer residential units here on the Strip, which is going to be the Veer Towers, the Vidara, Allure, Sky Towers, Signature, and Waldorf Astoria, which I think that's it. but the whole valley has plenty of nice communities and neighborhoods, so you don't have to worry about having to live on the Strip. Oh, and then also, people just think that everybody works on the Strip. I couldn't find the actual number, but it's like less than 120,000 that work on the Strip. Again, 2.3 million of us. Vegas is only for party animals. Now yes, Vegas has plenty of things to do if you do want to come out and party. But you can choose to have whatever type of stay that you want. There's so much if you want to have a romantic getaway, if you want a peaceful and pampering stay, or again, if you want a trip for you and your family. No one said you have to step a foot in the club just to come to Vegas. Getting married is easy. I know in the movies and shows, it looks like you can just show up to any chapel and 5 minutes later you're married. But it's really not that simple. First, you both have to make it downtown and go to the Marriage License Bureau to get your marriage certificate. Secondly, this is the marriage capital of the world, so just walking into a chapel and expecting to get married right away is not always so easy. You may have some waiting to do. And lastly, if they see you drunk, they will not marry you. At best, they'll just give you a commitment ceremony, which is basically the same thing as renewing your vows. They will not legally marry you. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Maybe back in the day when the internet didn't exist. But hey, maybe that's why they changed the motto to what happens in Vegas ends up on YouTube. Just kidding. It's what happens in Vegas only happens here, I think. You can get away with anything. Guys, cops still exist here. They're always looking for DUIs or any illegal activity. I've even heard a person say that a passenger can drink alcohol in a car if you're driving on the Strip. No. Still illegal to have an open container in the car. You can still drink alcohol if you're walking down the Strip, but it just can't be in glass. It has to be either in aluminum or in plastic, but if you're downtown, it can only be in plastic. And as for smoking weed, it is still illegal to smoke it out in public. You do have to be in a private residence or one of those weed lounges, which honestly I have no idea what's going on with that. And hotels will tell you not to do it in the room because they're not considered a private residence, and if you do leave a weed odor, you will get a fine. Vegas is cheap. At one point, yes, it was. I still remember back when it was 99-cent strip cocktails everywhere, $7 buffets, and $5 steak and eggs. Oh, and the rent. The rent was so cheap. Not anymore. There are still a few hidden gems out there, which I have plenty of videos for, so make sure you watch those. But just don't expect your vacation to be cheap. Drinks are free if you gamble. Technically, yes, but there's a few things you have to consider. Sometimes it could take a while for the cocktail waitress to get to you. And by the time you actually order and get your drink, who knows how much money you put into the slot machine and if you even won anything. Or worse, lost it all. And don't forget, you have to tip. So yeah, I don't know how free that Bud Light really was. Prostitution is legal in Las Vegas. No. Prostitution is legal in Nevada within counties that have 700,000 residents or less. 2.3 million, y'all. Not legal here. The Strip is easy to walk. I've talked about this one plenty of times before, and I know when you go outside, you look at one of the hotels, you think, oh, that looks really close, let's just go and walk there. But in reality, these buildings are pretty far apart from each other. And not just that, once you walk inside of the casino, there's still a lot that you have to walk inside. Like right now, I probably have walked more than a mile just circling around Caesar's Palace. You will be doing a lot more walking than you think of, so make sure that you bring comfortable shoes, and girls, don't walk around in your heels, and especially don't walk around barefoot. Las Vegas locals hate the Strip. Unfortunately, this one is half true. There are plenty of locals that do hate coming to the Strip. And then you have people like me that freaking love it. You just have to bring your patience, not mind the crowds, and not mind the drunk people. We have so much to do here, and people from all over the world use their life savings just to be right here in this spot. So yeah, it's not so bad here. Now, there are a lot of myths out there that I just truly don't know the answer to. There's rumors that the slot machines are rigged, that the mafia is still here, and that you'll get roughed up in the back if you don't act accordingly. But I hope that me clearing up these myths was helpful and made you actually want to come out to Vegas. So as always, guys, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, and comment below. Tell me about other Vegas myths you've heard of. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. In this video, I am debugging. Oh my God. But first, let's get out of this heat. No, I didn't like that. Yes, there are places that okay. Okay. Homeboy's literally taking a shower in there. Or things you can enjoy as a family. Shit, no, that sounded bad. Although there are a lot of things that you can do on this trip, the local...
Welcome to Vegas!
Yay! like.
I lost my voice because
And then it's back to extreme hot. Okay, sure. Like if you went somewhere humid, 90 degrees feel pretty extreme. Maybe if you're lucky, you can get a room with a nice view. But even sometimes those are taken up too. Shit. Hi, how are you? Secondly, this is the marriage capital of the world. So just walking into a chapel and expecting to be married may not always be I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah.
I always watch her.
Oh my God, he's so little.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I show her? She's so little. Oh my God. She's so little. Oh.
You're not normal, are you? My wife watches you.
Oh, nice.
She's an RPM. Can I take a photo with you?
Yeah, of
she
course.
She would think it's so hilarious. Like, we watch it all the time.
I try. I heard a person say that a passenger could drink. Oh, what am I saying? There are plenty of locals that do hate coming to the Strip. There's rumors that the slot machines are rigged.